We've been dating since 11th grade, and we're almost 2 years out of high school. You know, many people ask us on a daily basis, how'd you get so far?
We're no longer kids, that's fun. And you are not my kid, so I'm done. Please don't make me pull my gun. Sorry, boy, I can't be the one. Nothing was
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm Zach.
And I'm Ashley.
And in today's video, we got kind of a little throwback scene going on. As you guys know, we like to do the sit down talking type videos, and that's what we're going to do for you guys today. We did like 4 challenge videos in a row, but we thought we'd get back to our roots and do an advice type video.
Yeah.
I don't know. We didn't want to stray away from doing that and just be doing challenge videos because we feel as though our words can help you guys, help your relationships, help your life in general, and we don't want to forget to do that. So that's what we're doing today. So the topic of today's video is talking about our journey as a couple and how we've gotten so far. We've been dating since 11th grade, and we're almost 2 years out of high school. So it's been a long time. You know, many people ask us on a daily basis, how'd you get so far? So basically what we did was write down 3 pieces of advice that's kind of carried us to this point in our relationship that has helped us and may help you guys.
Alright, so let's just get right into it. So my first piece of advice is to definitely make time for each other, because most of the time when we do get together, we are filming, so it is kind of hard to like make time outside of that. Recently, we've just been like hanging out, like just doing work stuff, and that's just kind of our way of spending time with each other outside of filming.
It doesn't have to be a dinner date every time
Yeah.
for you guys to be spending time together. You can literally, like I came over the other day at Ashley's house, and like Ashley said, we just like did some work. I was editing thumbnails and videos and stuff like that, and she was sending hotels for some other opportunity, and we were just talking and laughing and enjoying our time together. So it's just little stuff like that that helps keep the relationship healthy, helps keep the relationship going even in the midst of doing stuff like YouTube and
Yeah.
whatever else you have going on. So
Because if we're being realistic, the longer you are with a person like that, those fun dates and those expensive, extravagant dates, like that stuff starts to fade away. And I'm not saying that you won't have those kind of dates, but it's not going to happen all the time. Like every time you go out with someone, it's not going to be, we're going out. Like sometimes we're just going to be inside or like just come over and chill. Like that's just how it is the longer you're with someone.
And that's just the beginning stages of building a life together and figuring things out and figuring out what you want to do. So sometimes you might have to work more. Sometimes you might have to pick up an extra job here and there that might affect you guys going out and doing the things you used to do. So that's why, like Ashley said, it's so important to just make time. So my number one, well, I want to say this number one. I have a bunch, but these are just 3 that I listed, the first that came to my head. And that would be to take things slow. I feel like that's a step that a lot of people don't want to go through when they meet a person, because you just want to get into the good stuff. You just want to get into the dates. You just want to get into the vacations and whatnot, but you really have to take things slow and figure out a person, learn a person, the person, understand them before you even think about doing big things with that specific person. So whoever you're with, take things slow. Don't think you have to rush into things that will happen eventually down the road.
So my next
Make sure
piece
you
of
stay on time.
advice is to be consistent, which is like something that everyone should do. It's not really a new piece of advice, but consistency is very, very important, because eventually with time, like things do start to fade. But if you are staying consistent with your relationship and your feelings and your effort towards your relationship, then things will not fade. Feelings will not fade.
Yes. So my next thing is avoid situations that negatively affect the other person. And I'm speaking to the guys specifically. Let's just use this as an example. Like, I know I can go to a party. I know I can be perfectly fine. I know I could keep myself disciplined. I know the girls around me wouldn't even matter, but I know to Ashley that may not be her thing, or she might not be fond of that idea of me being there, and it might make her feel a type of way. So instead of trying to prove myself to her, instead of trying to prove that I'm not gonna do anything, I'd rather just stay in the house and chill with myself and make sure our relationship is good, versus going out and having to deal with the aftermath of me being in that specific specific situation.
Or vice versa. I don't think it's just for guys. Like girls
Yeah.
are going out to parties too. But we're not saying that there's nothing wrong with parties. Like going
Yes,
out,
it will.
going out every once in a while. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. As long as you're being honest, as long as you're being open, as long as you're like doing what you're supposed to do and not disrespecting your partner in any type of way. I don't think there's anything wrong with going out. And then my last piece of advice is to have open conversations. One thing that's really helpful about like YouTube is that me and Zach are able to have open conversations on camera, like with you guys, with each other, and it just like gets the conversation going. Like I'm not scared to, or I'm not nervous about asking Zach something, or like we don't have any topics that we don't talk about because it's like out there. Like we're very open with each other. We talk about everything. Like we don't really keep things from each other, which is very, very important if you want a relationship to last in the long run. Because if you get married, you definitely need to be able to have open conversations all the time, because when you get married, you're sharing everything about your life. And if you're not open with that person, then it's not really gonna work. So one thing you should definitely look for when you're getting into a relationship, or if you're trying to decide if I want to be with this person long term, is to think about whether or not you guys can have open conversation.
And that kind of goes along with my last point of over communicating. I think that's 10 times better than under communicating. You might think you communicated enough to the other person that you're with, but oftentimes we think that we communicate enough. Even myself, I fall victim to that, and I feel like sometimes my proper communication is really under communication, and I'd rather give way more details necessary about the specific situation that we're communicating about than give too little. And that's something that I'm trying to work on, and I'm pretty sure that's something Ashley's trying to work on. So just over communicate. Say everything. Say times, places, dates, people who are going to be there. Say everything so that the other person can feel satisfied and feel good about whatever situation you're going in, or whatever place you're going to, or whatever it's about. That's my piece of advice. I think that's huge, and it will avoid a lot of problems.
Or even that, like, I feel like people get super defensive when you ask them questions like, oh, like, who you're talking to or something like that. Like, they just automatically assume that, oh, you don't trust me. I feel like if someone asks a question like that, they're not doing it because they don't trust you. They're doing it because they generally want to know. So if just answer the question, like, it's not hard.
You can answer the question beforehand.
Right.
With just you just making a highly detailed statement about whatever is going on or whatever you're communicating about. That can answer all the other person's questions, and they won't even have to ask you questions. And you learn as you go.
Yeah.
Like how much you need to say, how much you don't need to say, and whatnot. But it's all a part of taking things slow, which ties back to my first point. That was quick, short, sweet. If there's any specific topics you guys want us to talk about it, we're willing to do these type of videos. They're short, easy. We could get them out to you guys fast. And I feel like you guys will leave our channel from these videos really, really satisfied and willing to make changes to your life or your relationships or whatever it may be. And that's why I love these videos so much. No matter how many views they get, that's not what we're going for. We just want you to be better. Comment down below what you guys think, any thoughts you guys have, and maybe even 3 things that are important to you in relationships.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate all your support. Definitely go ahead and comment down below, because this can be a two-way thing. You can feel free to comment down below what your advice would be, or if you have anything you would like to add or critique about our advice, go ahead and comment down below. But please stay off on the hate, because we don't really appreciate that.
Keep it positive in the comments.
Please keep it positive. Thank you guys so much for watching. We love you guys. See you in our next video.
50K coming soon. The journey continues. Peace.